Welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 376 of the Fret All podcast. You are joined this week by your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. That is me, a slightly more tan, slightly sunnier BudgetPedalChap. I'm not going to brag about where I've been this week, but just be aware that I have been, and it will lovely. We're also joined by another host this week. We're joined by Mr. Matt Quine. So hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Yeah, he did the thing. Oh, it feels good to be back, even though I've not even been away a week. Like, we were literally here at the same time last week.
Yeah, I was also here last week, so it's literally nothing. Yeah, no delay at all, really.
Yeah.
Apart from between conversation halves.
Yeah. The 4-second internet delay.
I mean, I am doing this podcast tethered to a phone as opposed to connected to any kind of real Wi-Fi.
Yeah. It very much has the feeling of early Fret Talk podcasts, this setup does. There's a kind of rustic feel that we very, very rarely recreate these days.
What I really need to do is get rid of this like decent Shure microphone and, you know, the booster, and just see if I can find like a cheap £15 Chinese headset, Bluetooth headset to record on.
Yeah, if I could find a way of like USB tethering a can with a piece of string attached to it, that would really recreate the classic
the early days.
Yeah, classic Fret Talk tones.
Oh, dear.
I could emulate it. I could just put a really, really harsh low pass filter on everything.
Cut out everything below about 1600 hertz, 16,000 hertz even.
Yeah.
just have all the highs, nothing more.
Yeah. And like send it through about 4 render processes, and each time have it going through a speaker system that has a blanket over the top of it. Yeah. Just to get rid of any of those frequencies at all.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of effort though. We've got our audio sorted. This like at the moment, this is a very decent setup. So I'm happy where we've got to actually, because listening back to some of those early days podcast episodes, it like you listen to that versus what you're listening to now, and you would need quite the imagination to kind of match them up. But hey-ho, it's episode number 376 of the Fret Talk podcast, and this week is, of course, sponsored by affordable.co.uk, who are your premier purveyor of pedals. I mean, this is alliteration here. Premier purveyor of pedals that are per cheap. Damn it. Hoisted by my own petard. They bring you DemonFX, JSA Effects, Mosky, Joyo, 4D, Caline, Nux, Moval, Chord, and Mvave at amazing prices every time.
Yeah, sorry.
They're fine pedals, and the name is just it's stuck. They are a UK company with all their stock ready to ship at fantastic prices, recyclable packaging too. Check them out at affordable.co.uk. The start of these podcasts, we usually do a segment which is beloved by all, which is the shit news of the week. And this week, we have got quite the stinky turd. Aside from a certain Big G and F company, I think these might be the next highest ranking members of the shit news squad, because we've shat on these quite a few times this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you've got me as a podcast host, you're always going to struggle to not put any news from this company in this position.
Yeah. I think they've made it very easy, though. They have...
Oh, this time it's the easiest decision we've ever made. Like, John Frusciante's released a £20,000 guitar, like, signature model today. and I would still put this in there over a £20,000 Strat.
Oh shit! Yeah, that really should go on the news. And I'll tell you what, that we'll save that for next week. And if there's nothing shitter than John Frusciante's £20,000 replica, then he can have that spot next week. This week, however, is been secured by EVH Guitars. From Beyond the Grave, he's still releasing this. He's releasing this. So the EVH Star was it a Kramer? This thing, it was definitely it was early days, weren't it? Because I remember seeing a live version of Hot for Teacher where he's playing one of these with the stripe on it. It's a thing basically, like an Explorer and a Flying V had a fight.
Yeah.
And there was no real winner. It's the only way to describe it, really.
I mean, the winner was the person who didn't have to pick up the guitar, right?
Yes.
Jesus, it is horrendous shape.
It is. It's one of those shapes only its mother could love. However, they've now decided to put it in silver burst, which, at the best of times, is a divisive finish. Like, with certain guitars, it can look all right. But
yeah,
it's one of these silver bursts as well. It doesn't fade very well. It is just like a really thick black line that bursts really quickly into the silver center.
Yeah, it's not like a nice kind of faded, thick kind of. It's basically like somebody's gone round it with a spray can and drawn a black border.
Yeah, that is fair. So look, the silver burst finish on it is not particularly attractive. You've also got all black hardware on it, so there's nothing really standing out on it, apart from the weird red kill switch button.
Which is on the bottom horn, which is nowhere near where your hand's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, like, the other Star models had that, and yeah, fine. But the other Star models were in colours that kind of matched the red, whereas this is a little bit Schindler's List, where everything else is this like weird monochrome finish, and then you've just got a tiny little bit of red. It's just, it's not nice. It's not nice. You pointed out as well, Matt, that there's a difference on this one. So the standard Star it's obviously single pickup, like single humbucker bridge position. They have the weird Coke bottle headstocks as well, actually, these ones, which looks horrendous.
Yeah, look, it's especially with this body shape. Like, I don't like that anyway, but like on a classic guitar, it might just about work, but not on a pointy monstrosity.
Yeah, so I mean, they've gone with the I would say the Gibson Explorer hockey stick headstock, but definitely not that. Because no. So at least they fixed that, but it's a Tunematic and stop tail combo, isn't it? It's basically like a Gibson combo. So it's a hardtail, which is fine. I like hardtail guitars.
Yeah, doesn't really suit an EVH thing though, because wasn't he just known for wiggling his wiggle stick?
He wiggled, he definitely wiggled his wiggle stick in his time.
He wanged the fretboard with both hands instead of one, and then wiggled his wiggle sticks.
He did, yeah.
That's what he was known for.
He was
having all of the tone.
well, it doesn't have a tone control, so I suppose it does have all the tone by default, doesn't it? But yes, it's not a very nice finish. I think I posted this on Insta maybe yesterday, and almost unanimously, a lot of people were saying how horrendous this is. So it's not just us. It's not just us.
No, it's an awful shape, a bad colour to go on the awful shape, and just like you say, that weird red dot almost looks like it's got some sort of disease.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't fit the aesthetic, does it? Like if it were a black dot or even a white dot,
yeah,
like it would make a lot more sense because it has got that monochrome thing going on. Like even the fretboard being like a rosewood, I think it's rosewood, ebony. Sorry, there you go, ebony 12 to 16 compound radius. So it's a dark board. So everything on it is like this, either like grayscale or like really dark finish, and then you've just got this one bright, almost like pin badge red.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's what it is. It's got 22 jumbo frets. It's got a Graphtec Tusk XL nut. So not a Floyd Rose Locky nut, which you wouldn't expect with a hardtail because then your guitar would never be in tune. But it's also still got the retainer bar that you have with the Floyd Rose nuts. So rather than having string trees, it's got the retaining bar that's kind of like an inch away from the nut itself.
Yeah, which is an odd choice, but not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. Look, in terms of like aesthetic, it's the wrong choice because it doesn't fit. Like you don't expect it, but functionality, I think that's probably better than most string trees. So, like, I've got no problem with that. I've got no problem with it. It's got a heel mounted spoke wheel adjustment, which again is it's the right choice. Basswood body, EVH Wolfgang bridge humbucker, and it has got a treble bleed in it, which is fine, I guess. At the best of the times, this would be struggling to win us over because it's not a particularly nice looking shape. It's a single pickup kind of metal orientated machine. So not really the kind of guitar that we're drawn to. But no. We have been known to change our opinions, like to kind of to flex in the way of decent choices. But I don't think any of these are particularly decent choices, are they? But none of them are winning us over.
I mean, not putting a Floyd Rose on a guitar is a decent choice, but that's about the only positive I can see on this one. Yeah.
The kicker as well, again, something that you noticed is that it's $1,300 where the standard at the moment is $999.
Yeah, so you're paying £300 for an in-tune guitar?
Yeah, like you're paying more for less though. Like surely.
Yeah.
Like
Floyd Roses.
Yeah.
I
could go look all day, every day. I could go out and buy a decent quality Tune-o-matic and stop tail for less money than I could buy kind of a mid-range Floyd Rose. But look, in their defence, so I'm at least going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. These other guitars have been out for a couple of months, and so their prices might have come down a little bit. But
maybe.
still, it's quite an ask, isn't it?
Yeah, I just don't like the aesthetic of it, and like I'm never going to get away from that. I didn't like the aesthetic of the other ones, but this somehow is more offensive to the eye, and I think it's the paint job.
Yeah.
But it might be the stop tail on it because it just makes it look like the bridge is where it would be on a bass.
Yes, yeah, it does actually. Because it's a really short-bodied guitar. Like the kind of the wings of it, like the big pointy bits of it, protrude out quite far. So it's quite a long guitar. But in terms of like the actual body of the guitar, the humbucker is right up on that bridge, and then the bridge ends right where the
right on.
Yeah. So
it's a long but short bass, but not a bass, with a weird paint job and a weird spot, and just not what you're expecting.
Yeah, so it's like if you got a flying V, and then rather than having the two kind of the legs that come off the flying V. Just cut it off where the bridge ended. You'd end up with like a really small, almost like a kind of broom guitar, like, and that's the kind of same aesthetic that this is giving. It's got that really kind of short and stilted body.
It feels to me, when they do those thought experiments, and it's like, if you've never seen a guitar before, this is what if somebody had never seen an Explorer before, and someone tried to explain how to draw an Explorer, this is potentially what they could have come up with.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean. That. Like it's all of the proportions are wrong, but it has the points in the sort of right directions.
Yeah.
And the bits are sort of where they're supposed to be, but they're not, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It looks a bit like a backwards Z, but kind of offset. And think what futuristic would look like in the 50s. Oh, yeah. No, I've got it. Draws this thing. No, I don't think you have. Yeah, not for us, I think, EVH, not for us. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Stick to making your strats with bits missing.
Yeah, do that. And don't do them in, like, normal colours either. Just pump out the, like, EVH coloured ones, like the black one with the yellow tape on it, or like the white one with the black tape, or the red one with the black and white tape. Do those. Yeah. They're fine. Like, people want that. Right. So I'm going to talk about something that I did this week. Not really this week, actually, but at the end of last week, preparing for the fact that I knew that I would be out for a couple of days. I received something through the post. The wonderful people at Joyo are supplying me with stuff to demo, which is very nice. Like, it's very handy for me. But basically, like a couple of months ago, they approached me and asked me to do demos on a couple of fuzz pedals, which I have done. You've seen them; they're on the No Talk or Tone series. Like, they're pedals. Like, I really like the tiny, huge one, which happened to be the cheapest out of the lot. But it was like, we had the Hot Witch and the Tiny Huge, which were kind of muff based, and then we had that bass drive preamp thing, which was basically Lemmy in a box. So, like, all nice things. But when we were having the conversation, like, about like sending through these pedals, I remember watching a video by Mr. Hello Sailor Joe, where he was doing a mod on a specific Joyo pedal. And it made me realise that this is a pedal that I've seen loads and loads and loads all over, like the kind of the budget pedal Facebook groups. Like, nothing that I particularly run, but like awesome effects under $100, and like pedal boards 101, and these ones where you find like the frugal guitar players out there. Loads and loads of them have this specific Joyo pedal on their board. As per like classic Joyo pedals, it looks goofy as fuck, but it does the thing, and people seem to love it. And I was like, how about Joyo? How about, like, I've not done a demo on this pedal, and I know that it's quite a popular one. How about you send me through one of these? So they did. They sent me through one, like, Tuesday or Wednesday last week. And this happens to be the pedal on the No Talk or Tone series, which, from receiving the pedal to actually doing the demo, has been the shortest amount of time. So I'm going to give them a little round of applause here, because this is the fastest I've ever done a demo on a guitar pedal. It was in the house for about, I would say, about an hour, maybe an hour and a half before I had unboxed it, plugged it in, recorded the demo. and then the demo was like done and edited and scheduled last night, like that night. Sorry. Then that video will, for me and Matt, will be out tomorrow, but for you lot will have been out on last Friday. It is the Joyo Tremolo. So like a strange mustard-coloured 2-knob tremolo. It's notorious for being that tremolo with the picture of the dog on it, ? And like when I was editing this, I did research, like I did a little bit of research to try and find out like why a dog?
Why is there a dog?
Yeah, like is it based on like a pedal that's like the barking dog tremolo or something? No, it wasn't. It was there's like a DIY like tremolo kit thing that they have taken heavy inspiration from for it, apparently. Like they've simplified it a little bit, so it's only a 2-knob rather than like 3 knobs and a switch that you can like make the original one with. And they've just like made a simpler version and like made it mass produced. Lovely sounding tremolo, don't get me wrong. It's quite a nice. I think their marketing bump for it says like quote unquote like amp style tremolo. Like get those real kind of Americana amp style tremolo. Like, yeah, we know what you're kind of aiming at with this, and it does do that. It's got the wave on it is kind of, I think they describe it as a flattened off sawtooth. So it's not like fully square wave blocky, and it's not sharp tremolo like a sawtooth. It's almost like a slightly wonky sounding sine wave. So it's almost got like a kind of
interesting
push to it.
So it's not a full like sine wave, just volume up, volume down, volume up, volume, or like volume swelled up and swelled down. It's like slower swelling up than it is swelling down. Is that what you're saying? And it never gets to like fully switching your signal off either. So there's always a little bit of signal there. But okay. So rather than doing that like kind of ramp up, whoa, it almost like flicks it, whoa. Okay.
So it's a really nice sounding tremolo. There's a really, really easy mod that you can do for it as well, which you can have the wave type on a trim pot, which is part of what Joe did on his video. So you can go from like square wave to full sawtooth, or you can have the standard in the middle, which look really cool. The fact that it's like a really easy moddable pedal as well, but on its own, I can understand why it's a really popular pedal. Definitely worth checking out. Like check out the video. Like you've probably seen it and heard it, maybe even live seen and heard them because they're so ubiquitous. But I want it just for like completion's sake, because I've got a fair few of the classics, like the vintage overdrive, the analog chorus. I've got the analog delay on there as well. Like all of these kind of staple Joyo, I think they're called the JP series, which is like their earliest kind of no nonsense. Sometimes have a weird graphic on them, but they're just like the standard kind of standard enclosure, standard Joyo ones. So I've tried to like document them as best as I can, because like I use my my YouTube channel a little bit like a audio visual encyclopedia for budget pedals. So like just like cataloging all of these budget pedals so that people like, if anyone's like wanting to buy a Joyo vintage overdrive and wants to know what it sounds like, you can go to my channel and just go, yeah, look, here's a Strat, here's a kind of neutral sounding Fender-ish clean tone. Here's what the vintage overdrive sounds like through that. And then the exact same sound, you can go, oh, that's what the analog chorus sounds like through that exact sound as well, and that's what the vintage delay or whatever sounds like through that sound. So you get an idea of, it's almost like what the Tonepedia guys do, but rather than you
in a different way.
yeah, like in a much more much more low budget way. Theirs is very, very like high tech and impressive. Mine is just a dude sat at home playing the same pedal, like same guitar through the same like amp sim, and the only thing that changes is the pedal. And occasionally, like very, very occasionally, the cable's different. But it's mainly like completely same setup, so that everything is uniform apart from the pedal. So I do it almost as a service that way. I thought, I've got to do this one for the community. Just get like the vintage trem needs to be on there. Sorry, it's just called the tremolo. It's not called the vintage tremolo. The Joyo tremolo. I think they're like 25 quid. And if you do need a tremolo, you can do far worse. You can do far worse. Now, the question, is it better than the Joyo, not the Joyo, sorry, the Moore, what's it called? Trelicopter. Is it better? I think I might have to do a No Talk Tone versus on that at some point. Because them's is fighting words, they are, aren't they? Them's is fighting words.
What I really want to know is, can you get the Trelicopter to do the exact opposite wave at the right time to just get a flat signal if you turn them both on?
It just cancel my sound.
So you just get like a volume drop and nothing more.
Yeah. Like the very occasional like whisper of some guitar tone. Just you probably could. But yeah, I had fun with that one, and it's the fastest ever no talk tone. And I think unless something changes rapidly, I think it probably will be, because I tend to percolate on them for a little while. I tend to have them in, kind of have a think about what I'm going to do with them, like what kind of feeling I'm getting from it. Have a little bit of a play about, sit on that for a bit, and then do a bit of recording with it. But this one, I went straight into it. I knew what I wanted to do with it. I'd had years worth of experience hearing it across many different demos across the internet, and like recently having heard Joe's mod of it as well.
Yeah.
Obviously my one's less cool than Joe's one, because Joe's one's full of vintage component goodness, and it's got controls sticking out of weird angles on the pedal as well. Yeah, and his will have got the Hello Sailor artwork treatment as well, whereas mine it's still got the dog on it.
The weird dog.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I like dogs. I think it's in and of itself, it's a cool graphic of a dog. But still don't know what it's got to do with tremolo. Anywho, yeah. Let's talk about... Should we talk about the Jam Pedals Cockness Master? No, we shouldn't. Let's talk about the Harley Benton Aguefish. Aguefish? Is it... I'm like... When I see it, I want to say aguafish, but it's not. It's definitely aguefish, isn't it? A guffish. Let's go with a guffish.
Agafish.
Yeah. That guy. I am going to plead ignorance here and say I do not know much about this chap. He is a YouTube personality who's been doing it for over 14 years, apparently. He's just reached 200,000 subscribers. So only another 9 years left to go until I hit 2K. just saying. Nine more short years, and then we'll be reporting on me.
Yeah.
No, but this guy,
the BPCHB.
That's it. Yeah. Like, yeah. Oh, but it'll need to be cheap as chips on it. Oh.
Yeah,
Whereas
like
this one,
£199.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get him to do like so many features. Oh, stainless steel everything.
Stainless steel body.
Yeah.
You need a crane to lift it. But
it's going to be $199, no more. Anyway,
to be fair, it's totally shielded though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You don't need any copper fucking tape on the inside, do you?
You might need some really strong strings though. Because I mean, if like stainless steel frets wear into strings, so if you've got a stainless steel body as well, something's gonna happen in it.
Well, you just get stainless steel strings, right?
Then you're back at square one. Nothing's hardwaring anymore. Anyway,
well, I assume at that point your fingers are the hard wearing thing, and they're just like bloody stumps after 3 chords.
Yes. Oh, it hurts, but it lasts so long. Hunter Engel apparently is the chap who's beyond this.
Of Engel amps, right?
Engel, yeah. Well, they spelt slightly different, spelt with more letters, one more letter, in fact. He has teamed up with Harley Benton to release a Les Paul. Let's not be as reductive as I am there. It is more than a Les Paul. No, it looks like a Les Paul, but it differs from the Harley Benton SC series. For one, it's got a different headstock. For two, they come in a very fetching purple sandblasted finish.
I really dig the finish.
Yeah, it does look good, doesn't it? They're like, they've got binding on them, but it's not just the standard log single ply binding. It's like the 3 or 4 like pinstripe kind of binding.
Yeah.
So very, very fancy. But with this sandblasted finish on top. It's chrome hardware, but then with black plastics. So again, got a very classy look to it. The pickups are Harley Benton ones, not Harley Benton, the Roswells, but they are specially designed for this guitar. I can't remember, like they've got a special name for them, haven't they? There we go. Roswell Seraphims. Apparently a custom wound Alnico K5 models. So the stainless steel frets, Nyota wood used for the body, not NATO.
Yeah.
Oh, it's NATO, sorry, not Nyota. NATO wood. Canadian maple neck, smooth U profile, and ebony fingerboard, 12-inch radius. So it is like very Les Paul-y. There are 2 versions of this guitar as well. You've got a standard version and a Barry version. So much like Barry White, a little bit lower.
Is that where baritone comes from? Is it? It's Barry. It's more Barry Whitney.
Yeah. You get the tone of Barry White. So it's a baritone.
Cool. Yeah. I never clocked that.
We're so gonna run with that. Again, Tusk XL nut. So same kind of nut as was found on the grand's worth of, in fact, over a grand's worth of shit star guitar. It doesn't have binding on the neck, which is a little bit less Les Paul-y.
Yeah, but I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a deal breaker for me. I think like the body with like because it's sandblasted, you've got like a dark finish. Like it's not quite black, but it's like really, really rich purple with then like the purple grain highlights.
Yeah.
And then the binding around that. I think I'm down enough for that the no no inlays and no binding on the neck is fine for me. It's got loom inlays on the side apparently, so it should be all right to see. Oh yeah, I like it. I think it looks nice. They are expensive as far as Harley Bentons go. There is no getting around that. But for a Les Paul with stainless steel frets, Tusk XL nut, custom wound Alnico 5 humbuckers, like all of these lovely things on it. If you were asking that from another company, then this would be at least 800 quid, if not £1,000.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? That's supposed to be like the budget part of that company, and they would be charging, like you say, probably close to double what this is.
Yeah.
I mean, this is because it's coil split as well, so it's more like the Pro than the standard.
Yeah. So like the SC Custom 3s came out last month, and they were about 300. And like this is sandblasted finish, roasted necks as well. Actually, roasted Canadian maple necks.
Yeah,
and like custom wound. So like a custom winding version of Roswell pickups for this, as well as putting the premium on for being a signature guitar. It's reasonable. It's reasonable.
Yeah.
I can't argue against this one. I think it is. It's about time Harley Benton start pushing that price point up a bit. I mean, by all means, keep your Fusions at the £300-ish price point. I'm happy there. Like, you can keep that. But if they start pushing them up like this and like supplying this kind of quality and this kind of like these specs at this quality, yeah, why not?
Yeah, you're not going to anger anybody with that. Like, yeah, for the specs of this guitar, like you say, and the aesthetics, and it's different enough from the other stuff that they do that, you know, you can see where the money has gone. Like, yeah, I all day, every day would pay that for this guitar.
Yeah, I just looked as well. The headstocks are matching. So they match the body. They've got the purple sandblast finish.
Nice. That's a matching headstock that I don't mind because it is subtle.
Yeah. It's also got like a little carve out on the headstock as well. So it's not like full face. There were like little hints of like the maple, like the roasted maple. Yeah. I like that. I like it. Good stuff. Good stuff, Harley Benton. Good stuff, Agu Fish. AGU Fish.
Is that his channel name or?
I assume, yeah, because his actual name is Hunter Engel.
Yeah.
There you go. Hunter and Harley have shook hands and created the whatever this is, the Agu Fish. Is it literally just called the Agu Fish Custom? It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone who does know, please let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. I mean, I did go and check out some of his stuff today, like in prep for this, because I wanted to see, like, who is this guy? Is he another Rick Beato who doesn't really deserve a signature? I can't say that, can I? Like, as much as people shit on Rick Beato, like, he's a fine musician and like he's really popular, so he definitely should.
Yeah, but he doesn't deserve a Gibson signature, does he? He deserves a Harley Benton signature like this, dude. Like, YouTubers shouldn't be getting Gibson and Fender. They should be getting Fasley and Harley Benton and Jet.
Well, I mean, what's his face? Ricky B has not only got a channel with over 1 million subscribers on, he's now got a second channel, which is something like 700,000 subscribers or something like that. So, dude's pretty popular.
He is, right? But, like, still shouldn't have a Gibson. Like, you should have to be an actual musician to have a Gibson signature model and not an angry man on the internet who shares similar opinions to me about modern music.
Yeah. Why
because
am
I am an angry man on the internet with similar opinions to Rick Beato in terms of modern music, yet I don't have a Gibson signature model.
Yeah, but that's because he learned all of his scales. And he does them.
But all you need is the minor scale. And then if you want to play in a different key or a different mode, just don't start on the root note.
I mean, that's one way of doing it. But then you've also got just like augmented chord scales and shit, and like the super Locrian and like harmonic minor modes and all this shit.
It's irrelevant to somebody who plays blues badly in a pub band.
And that's exactly the crux of it, isn't it? Rick Beato doesn't go out there and play. He doesn't even go out there and play blues badly in a pub band.
Yeah, the Gibsons should be throwing themselves at me. I play in front of like 300 people in a month.
Absolutely.
Sometimes.
I could see the adverts now, like the spread in Guitar magazine.
Yeah, double page spread.
That's it. Sometimes I play up to 300 people in a month. In brackets, in a month.
In a brackets, good month.
Yeah, like even more brackets, good. It's got to be a good month. Oh, damn. Right. Just saying, Harley Benton. Probably, like, if all going well, August next year, I'm hitting 10K. I know it's not 200K, but I'm not asking for a £500 signature here. I'm asking for a 199.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Similar specs, just 199 not.
Yeah. I want it sandblasted, but I want the back to be sandblasted. Like, none of the fancy shit like that you can see. Oh, I could get, like, just a better version of the gold top that I got the other month, because that's a fucking banging guitar, really good. Just, I don't know, how would I make that better? I don't think I want to.
Stainless steel frets.
Yeah. Okay, that with stainless steel frets.
And some Fletcher pickups.
We might have just pushed it over the 199 mark there a little bit, Matt. We could probably get away with no other changes, but stainless steel frets. We could probably get away with that 199. I think we're golden there. I think that'd be fine. Maybe a satin finish on the back of the neck rather than the gloss.
Yeah.
But there you go. Talk to me, Ollie Benton. Talk to me. All right, we got one last news for today. Because, would you look at that? We're running out of time. We can't do the Jam Pedals Cockness Monster.
Oh, no.
It's going to have to wait.
It's the headless, bodiless guitar all over again from earlier in the year.
It is.
I forgot what they're called already.
I'm just going to have to... There's Strandberg in it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I want to say Cockness Monster every week, I think, is the issue. It's just, it's phenomenal. Dear. It's fantastic. Like, Greg Koch is truly, like a scholar and a gentleman, having, like, going through life with a surname Koch you've got to have humour with it, and he definitely has.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you just know that he came up with this nickname with no clothes on and someone else in the room, right? Like the name for this pedal came from a nickname for a body part separately.
Yeah. He's been bragging about the Cockness Monster for a long time. It just so happens that now it's the guitar pedal.
Yeah. He's worked out where he can kind of make the marketing kind of aspect of it now.
Yeah, he's had this one in the bank for a while, hasn't he? Right, final bit of news. I'm going to say it almost comes double bit of news here, because the Boss GX series had a quite substantial update at the end of last month, and I watched a video on it because Mr. Anjay of that YouTube page, yet
another guitar channel.
I don't
a reviewer,
something like that. Yeah, something like that. I'll find out, and we'll definitely say it right eventually. But look, good lad. Look, I tag him in stuff all the time. So if you want to find out who he is, go onto my Insta. You'll find him. Like he posts on my stuff. Dave Rage, I think he's on Insta still. Look, he's got one of the GX10s, and he uses that live. Like, it's his modelling unit of choice. Absolutely swears by it. Miffed by the fact that they did an update on it recently. Shortly after that, they release. It was the GX. GX 100 maybe that he used to have, that he's got. There you go. Yeah. The GX10 is the new version. Basically, so GX 100 already incorporated lots of the amp modeling technology and features of the GT 1000. So GT 1000 was the flagship for kind of designed to be Boss's equivalent of stuff like the Helix. They wanted a cut of that market. Their old stuff, like I think their old stuff was like the G something 1000. I can't remember, but like their old flagship big model was getting a bit long in the tooth. They brought out the GT 1000, which was their next level of technology. They left behind the Cosm stuff, which was kind of last generations, and moved over to the AIRD, which is their new look. I think they were talking like component level modeling of amplifiers. So like down to like how certain components respond to like your guitar, respond to your picking, respond to your playing. They're supposed to be really, really good. I know Lee is constantly telling us that it's the best one of the current generation. He tends to know what he's talking about sometimes. I'm not going to throw that statement out there. I'm not going to. I
mean, I know what you're talking about. Like, and he might be right in terms of the audio, but like, I don't know many people that kept them. That was the thing. Like, and I assume you're going on to the fact that like just everybody thought they were a pain in the arse to use.
Yes.
And I actually know two people who had them locally who don't have them and now have Helixes because they could work out how to use a Helix and they couldn't really utilize the GT 1000 to its capabilities.
Yeah. From what I've seen of the whole of the GT series, it's like having a fully featured, incredibly powerful modeling unit, but with Microsoft Excel as the interface. So, like, really, really spreadsheety, really text-based, very, very unintuitive. Like, if you move one thing, the whole document gets moved out of place. Text has moved 4 miles away, and I think I might be talking about Word here, but...
and it's undone all of your formatting, and your VLOOKUP doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that it had that kind of, that feel to it, like you had to really learn to use it, and you had to be completely invested in that ecosystem. Like, some people loved it. If you get it like hooked up to a computer using the more visual interface that they've got with like the software, it makes it slightly more user friendly. But then trying to use that at a gig becomes a little bit scary. So I think that put a lot of people off, but there was definitely an unspoken truth that there's something good kind of nestled in within this. That the aired stuff is actually pretty decent. It needs you need something else to make it accessible. And the Helix became really popular because it was very visual, very easy to navigate, very easy to edit on the fly. They bought out the GX100, and like I say, Anjay uses one live, so like he's a massive advocate of the GX 100 stuff. They've now bought out the GX10, which is a smaller version of it. Almost think it so visually looks similar to the Headrush MX5 in terms of like layout. You've got a touch screen, you've got 3 buttons and a treadle. It looks kind of like equivalent to that. The I/O on the back, you've got what looks like a mono input, but then stereo output, phones, and an effects send and return, and you can extend it to having like a 2-button foot switch or an additional expression as well. Also, there's an optional Bluetooth adapter, so the Boss Bluetooth adapters work with this. Like, it does what it does, basically. We've got the touch screen, we've got an expression pedal, and effects loop, basically. It feels a bit like we are taking a swipe at the new things that have come out, like the Kemper Player Profiler, Neural DSP 1, and so on. It's a good price. It seems like a good price, considering it's like playing with the big boys in terms of amp technology. But like your HX Stomp currently costs about 500-600 quid. In fact, I've got to check that because it's more than I think it is. I think line 6, not line 4, line 6 HX Stomp. There you go. Currently 548, so 550, let's say, for the sake of argument. This thing is £338, which is a considerable jump down.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of interface, like for guitar things, having that kind of expression pedal kind of sets it apart from the HX series. It probably won't have the same kind of, I'm guessing, because it's GX and not GT, it won't have the same kind of processing power, but given that it's got the amp models from the GT, it's going to do most people, right?
Yeah. I'm just looking at the screenshot on this. It looks pretty powerful, actually. You've got 2 different amps running separately on this, so it looks like you can do stereo. We've got
true stereo, not
you've got like 2 different amps stereo. with a distortion and overdrive in front of each of them, an EQ behind them, a noise suppressor behind one of them, send it into a mix, into a. It looks like it kind of mixes down into mono, and then like reverb at the end. It might not mix down into true mono. It might just route it all through a stereo reverb at the end. I don't know. It doesn't show that much. But then you've got comp at the front, wah as well. So that would make you believe that there's a fair amount of power behind it.
Yeah.
The interface for it, I mean, it looks a bit dated because it's everything's like hexagons, rather than like little blocks. But they're all color coded. It's all on a touch screen. It looks very similar to the Helix interface here. So you've got like 4 knobs underneath your touch screen that all relate to like the parameters. Like you've got the type of effect. Like here you've got X ultra amp, gain level, gain swap middle, and then it's got like 5 little bobbles underneath. So you've obviously got like different pages there that you can go between with the page buttons. It looked, really, really similar to the Helix kind of interface. So they've kind of tidied it up a bit. For the money that they are asking for this, like, what are you missing out on? I don't know. It can't be all of the effects and the amps from the GT series. Otherwise, why would you bother?
No, that was good. Yeah,
you wouldn't, would you?
No.
But if you were using this for something, like even if you didn't necessarily get the full stereo amp setup from it, if you're using it something like the core of your board, where you're gonna be going out into a desk or whatever, run a couple of drive pedals into the front, like your favorite drive pedals into the front, have a couple of effects pedals in the loop as well, or run all of the amps on the GX10 and like a reverb and a comp at the end or something, so that it's nice tight sound. Or, as we were talking before, not even running drives in the front, just running the bank up and down as different amp types. So you just running the sound of these amps. You've got like a clean amp, a crunchy amp. You could even have like a couple of clean amps, like a kind of more neutral Fendery sounding clean, a more chimey Vox sounding clean. Then going into like a couple of like British sounding push amps, American sounding push amps. Then maybe like a full blown
Soldano or something.
Yeah, like really, really high gain lead channel or whatever with like reverb that's pumped up and a bit of delay behind it. That mixed with a couple of outboard effects that you may not be able to get within this. So like it sounds like it would be plausible. Sounds like it'd be plausible. Being
Absolutely.
Boss, it's going to be good. Like, it's going to sound decent. It's going to sound better than the money that you're paying for it, at least. It's within that price point. So this kind of £300 to £400 price point is where some of those modelling units that lower tier down, like the Hoto and Ampero series, even like the Sonic 8 Matribox 2 Pro, definitely more featured than this one in terms of like switching capability, like routing at the back as well. You've got like stereo XLRs, so does more than this, but realistically the Boss amp models are probably going to sound better out the box.
Yeah.
So you've then got the dilemma of, do I want something that I can just run entirely as a unit and go for the Matribox 2 Pro, or do I want something that I can integrate into a board and all sound a bit more kind of harmonically rich and a bit more kind of like how do you put that? Like a bit more complex in terms of tonal quality. So it's thrown a kind of a cat amongst the pigeons there, really, isn't it? It's an interesting one. And on that note, I think that's where we're going to wrap the podcast for this week. And looking at the the recording software, we're coming up to where the outro music is. So I know that we've timed that perfectly. Amazing. So we're going to give some shout outs. We're going to give some shout outs, first of all, to our listeners, you lot who have made it this far. You are amazing. Yes, you are. We're going to extend a special thank you to our sponsor, which is affordable.co.uk. If you haven't already, please check out affordable.co.uk. Not only because they are kind enough to sponsor this podcast and allow these shenanigans to continue, but they honestly have got an amazing list of some of the greatest budget pedals that you can find out there. And they're at the best prices you can get as well. So, win-win. And we're going to extend a final, but not least special thank you to our Patreon backers, who for as little as $2 a month, you can be part of this crew. The Patreon backers currently are as follows. We've got Mr. Adam Yeomans of Cheftone Effects. We've got Mr. Hugh G-Rection. We've got Mr. Michael Slong. We got Mr. Gary Goldencock. We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. We've got Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast, the Second Bomb podcast, and the Off the Rails podcast. We've got Mr. Diabetes Foot. And we've got Mr. Jason Wharton of Jason Wharton 82 and of PBOD, aka Pedalboards of Doom. He released a video recently about the Tonex. In fact, actually, Lee released a video this week. You should check it out. It's really good. It's about a budget alternative to Strandberg's. So if you did want to go for a weird-looking headless guitar but didn't want to pay Strandberg money, might be worth checking this video out. I'll say no more.
He just got a hacksaw and a Harley Benton.
That's it. Yeah, he took a hacksaw to his Japanese Strat that he's got, and now it's theoretically headless. No, a company contacted him and asked him to try one of their guitars out because I assumed they'd seen the video that's rather popular where he was like, 4 reasons you'd want to own a Strandberg and 1 you wouldn't, and like it's a real cop out why you wouldn't. Reason it's like, oh, because it's too good. It's like well, yeah, like that cop out answer in a job interview. And what would you say your weaknesses are? I care too much. I work
too hard. Yeah.
I never know when to stop when it comes to work. I'm too dedicated to my job. Yeah, fuck right off. You can see through that bullshit. Honestly, his Strandberg video was quite good, and it's one of the biggest videos on the Pedalboards of Doom channel. And this video is about something what might tickle your pickle if you are in the Strandberg zone but didn't want to pay Strandberg money. If you want to follow me online, I do videos about stuff that aren't Strandbergs, mainly budget pedals, sometimes budget guitars. You find me at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Threads, and they're all at /BudgetPedalChap. And of course, the YouTube channel is the home to the No Talk or Tone series, which this week, aka last Friday, featured the Joyo Tremolo. It's got a dog, but why has it got a dog? Find out by... I mean, you won't find out in the video. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know either. Matt, where can we find you online?
I am at heel_MattQ on Twitter, Threads, and Instagram. And if you threads me about the dog, I might give you a potential reason for the dog.
Okay. I mean,
I'm gonna make it up on the spot, but sure.
There you go. See how many people can ask him about the dog before he has to recycle reasons. Let's really test his inventiveness. So, from myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, from Mr. Matt Quine, say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Yeah! It will be a tatty bye and good night this week. Good night, bit.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye. I'm not sure that I believe all this stuff about genetically modified food being bad for you. I just had a really, really tasty leg of salmon and I feel fine.